So then, oh shit, Wanda does her mind control thing on Agatha. Takes her back to the coven. Like, right after she had trained the coven.
Right.
She says, the difference between you and me, you did this on purpose. But then, in this vision, Agatha has the zombified coven turn on Wanda. You know, and they, like, you're the Scarlet Witch. Agatha requests Wanda's power again and promises to preserve Westview. Fuck that. Wanda has the thing,
the crown.
The crown.
Tiara?
The Scarlet Witch headdress thing. And she says, take it, I don't want it. Because then they jump back to Westview and they're battling,
right.
and they're up in the air, and she's like, take it, I don't want it. And she's
throwing
shooting.
her power at it, and like
She sometimes hits Agatha, sometimes hits the
wall.
The wall.
And Agatha, like every now and again, she misses, and Agatha's kind of like, really? Was that aimed at me?
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you're not that good.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't aimed at you.
Wanda starts shriveling.
Yep.
But also destroying Westview.
Yeah, and she's like shriveling up, and the kids are like, what are you doing? And Vision tries to stop her. He's like, Wanda, what are you doing? And she stops him. And yeah, so she appears to be willingly giving all her power to Agnes.
Agatha.
Sure.
And Agatha, like, she's kept promising, you know, I'll preserve everything, blah, blah, blah. But then when she thinks she has all the power, she's like, this world will always be broken.
Just
like you. And now Agatha has no power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's flaccid.
I know, and that's why I said ew.
Flaccid Agatha.
But Wanda was creating runes. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
The runes in her wall.
Yeah, she was creating the runes in the walls of Westview, in the hex.
Yep.
And Agatha looks around, she's like, runes. And Wanda says,
Thanks for the lesson.
Thanks for the lesson.
And then drinks the ever-loving fuck out of Agatha. Glug, glug, bitch. Wanda dons a crown, and she's got, like, the Scarlet Witch getup, but with much less cleavage, which I really appreciate. Like, and she looks good. She looks sexy, but not overtly sexy.
And
and
she looks a little silly, but not overly comic book silly. Like, I know you're going at the sexy angle, and I'm going at the comic book outfits are ridiculous. Like, in real life,
but it's
absurd.
one and the same.
Yeah.
We're making the same argument.
Yeah.
Let's not sexualize our female superheroes, shall we? The same thing with the male superheroes, too.
To a certain degree, but I will concede that it's worse for the females.
Like, let's get as much cleavage in there as we can.
And
boobs!
Every angle is them at this, like turning around so their ass is sticking out.
They're well sculpted asses.
Very well sculpted and very exposed asses. Yes. Comic books are problematic in their own way.
But the show has done a really good job of tampering that down without making their female superheroes dowdy.
Or without making a big deal of it.
Yeah.
They're heroes. Let them be heroes.
I remember reading something where Elizabeth Olsen said something to the effect of, thank goodness I don't have to wear what they drew in the comics.
I'm sure.
Not in those exact words, but it was to that effect. Like,
well, it's been a trope for years. I mean, the original X-Men, 2001, was it? Like, they're all in black leather. And Wolverine says something about, this is what we're wearing. And Cyclops goes, what did you want? Yellow spandex? Like, it's a trope that's been mocked for literally 2 decades.
And I don't hate that they didn't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not necessary. To show an empowered female protagonist, she doesn't need to be showing every inch of her skin. And that's the paradox. It really is. I should be able to show as much skin as I want. But I don't want to show the skin that you want me to show.
Right.
And I think the show did a really good job when you see the Wanda reveal.
It's great.
She's beautiful and sexy, but not in a let's show every inch of cleavage and skin that we can sexy.
Yeah.
It's not even a sexual, if I can say it, it's not even a sexualized sexy. It's a
confident and powerful and short form.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Yeah.
You don't have to see all the bits and pieces while I roar.
Yeah. It was great. Her official Scarlet Witch outfit, which the show pointed out, and I didn't realize that the MCU never used the word Scarlet Witch.
Thank you, New Rockstars,
for pointing that out. So yes, this is her official Scarlet Witch coming out party outfit, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
they did.
You didn't feel uncomfortable.
No,
seeing it.
Not at all. Yeah,
but you thought like, man, that is fucking awesome.
There she is. You know, this is her.
Yeah,
it was great. It was Scarlet Witch. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't anything but this is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, it wasn't boobs and legs. It was.
Even her crown looked fine. Like, it didn't look ridiculous. Like, in the comics, it would look ridiculous. And again, I know I'm coming at it from a non-sexy angle. But, you know, comics are overly sexy and ridiculous in 2 separate ways. And it was neither. It was great. Mm-hmm. They did a great job.
And they also kind of sort of called it out.
Mm.
We'll get there. So Wanda's gonna trap Agnes in Westview. Trapped in the role she chose. The nosy neighbor.
Yes. And so she reverts back to Agnes.
Hey, hon! Did I leave the oven on, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, so calling back to that, you look hot in this, but it's not gonna cause any teenage boys to go, No. Which having a son who, albeit is only almost 18 months, not a problem now. But I'll be able to show him this show when he's 13 years old and not worry about him being over-sexualized by it.
Yes.
Disney's got problems, but I really respect how they modified Scarlet Witch's appearance in this show.
Yeah. I have no response. I completely agree.
So anyway, but back to the show. Hey, hon, and it's weird, but you don't really know what happens to her. Moving on. Yeah. So Vision, she's talking to Vision, and he's like, I know you'll set everything right, just not for us. And shall we head home? Lots of time left. So they'll go back to their suburban home while the hex retracts. They're talking the boys in. She tells them family is forever. We could never truly leave you, even if we tried. So they put the boys to bed as the hex closes in. She says, boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom. So you say some Virgin Mary action going on.
Yeah. That was a interesting line. I mean, who has ever chosen their parents except
God,
Lord Jesus? It was, I don't know what that line was in reference to at all.
Well, and I think it's gonna come down to that whole Mephisto, puppeteering the boys thing.
But it implies that she has some knowledge of that. Like, I don't know. It was
weird.
It was a really weird line.
I didn't hate it, but it was weird.
Yeah. That was literally the only comparison I could draw.
Who else has been able to choose their mother?
Yeah. No one I can think of.
No, literally no one.
Yeah.
In fiction or otherwise.
And also, it wasn't a virgin birth, but it was a fatherless birth. I don't know.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Again, I get the feeling that MCU is way more Catholic than it
has any right to be.
Has any right to be, or
any intention to be, probably.
Exactly. That's where I was going.
Gotcha.
So Wanda's shutting off the lights for the night. Vision turns on one of the lights again. It's like, I read somewhere it's bad luck to say goodbye in the dark. I said, no, you didn't.
No, I just wanted to see you when I say goodbye or something like that.
Before we go, I must know, what am I? It was Vision. You are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me.
And she said some other thing. You are my hope. You are my love.
Yeah.
Above all else, you are my love.
Yeah, but that's why they have that connection.
Mm.
He was created from the Mind Stone. She was enhanced by the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
The Mind Stone lives in her.
They are literally connected through it.
Mm-hmm.
She was one that extracted the Mind Stone from the spear.
Yeah.
So.
And then Vision has a tear. He's crying. I've been a voice with no body. A body but not human. And now, a memory made real. Who knows what I might be next? We've said goodbye before, so it stands to reason we'll say hello again. What a beautiful scene.
It was. It was great. And it continues to call into question how autonomous was Vision.
Because he had his own separate
Yeah.
adventures with Darcy and everything. And he was going off doing all this stuff without Wanda even knowing that he was doing it.
Yeah. Was that the Mind Stone? Was it truly a separate person? I don't have an answer.
No. So the hex closes in. And goodbye, Vision. And the boys. For now. So wait, what about Agnes if the hex is gone? The hex closes and Wanda's back to an empty lot.
So she told Agnes, because Agnes was trapped by the runes, and she trapped Agnes in her nosy neighbor personality. But then the hex closed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's one of those questions I had at the end. Like, what?
Was she still trapped? Like, I assumed you intended to keep this together if that were the case. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they just left it. They didn't answer the question.
Yeah. So the hex closes and Wanda is back to an empty lot with townspeople looking at her all angry-like, so they still remember.
Mm.
Oh, hi, Monica. But Monica understands Wanda. Again, a beautiful scene.
Mm-hmm.
Monica is saying, if I had your power, I would have brought my mom back.
Yep.
And that was her whole purpose for going into the hex, was to have that connection with Wanda.
Because she understood Wanda.
She understood loss.
Yeah.
And she was snapped away for 5 years. She comes back and her mom is dead.
Yeah.
She gets it. So Wanda apologizes. And she says, I don't understand this power, but I will. Leah, really? Okay.
Yeah, like, because that's how the episode ended.
Yeah.
I don't understand this power, but I will. And she flies off. And you went, really? Okay. Because that's just how it ended now.
Well,
There are.
then post-credits, Jimmy doing his thing. Hayward is arrested. Monica. There's this official woman.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking for you in the theater. So they go to the theater. Turns out that official-looking woman was Kree!
Shapeshifter!
They'd like to meet with you. Where? She's like, well, first, the Kree was like, I heard you were grounded. It's like, yeah. He wants to meet with you.
Oh, did they say
I think she said he wants to meet with you.
Okay. Where?
Where? Up. So I'm like, Fury?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And New Rockstar has already told us this. That Monica is a Marvel character hero, whose name
Photon?
Photon, yes. Well done, Photon. So, Photon's going to be a thing.
Yes. So questions. What was Ralph's necklace?
Yeah, so Pietro, fake Pietro, whatever.
Pietro.
Was, Pietro, thank you, was holding Monica, and then she overpowered him, took his necklace, and suddenly he was just sniveling nothing. Like, don't hurt me, blah. Like, so what was that necklace? Was that Ralph manifested? Was it Mephisto ever? Manifesto. What was all that?
Yeah.
We don't know.
What happened to Agatha?
Yeah.
What happened to the kids?
The closing hex. What happened to the kids?
What happened to White Vision?
Yeah, because White Vision was a physical being.
Yeah.
Who was logically
and he was just like
fucked
and
out. Dipped out. So he's still out there. Like, we don't know about the kids. They might just be gone. Probably not. But they might be. But White Vision was a physical being who was there and who got mind fucked. So what's his deal?
Yeah. And then, is there going to be another season, or is this going to lead to other shows or other movies? And I said, and I can't remember if I said this at the beginning of our ramblings, or if I said this before we started our ramblings recorded, but I don't think it's an accident that you had Age of Ultron with Scarlet Witch, Wanda, and Falcon as part of the, new Avengers at the end of Age of Ultron. And we get a 2-week break, and what starts next on the 19th? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So is there going to be some tie-ins?
I absolutely think so.
You hope so.
No, I think so. I mean, I do hope so, but... And it might not tie in right away, but this scheduling is not an accident. They're going to give us a good long period of time of sequential miniseries. That is my belief. And WandaVision was season 1. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier is season 2. And it will tie in, not completely integrally. You know, it's going to be about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But they will factor in WandaVision.
And what's their story? All we really know of them is that they're teamed up together, but they're also kind of vying for the shield, the Captain America shield. Like, what is that show actually about?
I mean, the trailers that we've seen for Falcon and the Winter Soldier are tantamount to the trailers we saw for WandaVision. Like it told you nothing.
Yeah.
It gave you clips from episode 1 and maybe a hint of episode 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, you know nothing. We know nothing. But I'm convinced that it's an MCU story. An MCU season-long show.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
Does this lead into Falcon and Winter Soldier? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Post credits.
They got 2.
They got 2.
And you called it. Like, they got into the deep credits, and I was like, nah, they're done. They're not going to do a second one. You were like, ah! And then suddenly,
immediately it was
like 2 seconds.
It was like, ha ha!
Like, ha
ha!
I am defeated.
You are. It was very Lord of the Rings.
It was. They had, like, the
music and
the greenery, and yeah, it was very Lord of the Rings, and she's in a cabin now.
So yeah, she's in a cabin, she's making some tea in a shack with Scarlet Witch floating around separate from her, studying a spell book, not the Necronomicon, but the Darkhold.
The Darkhold. Oh, well done. Yes, that
and one. Kids' voices shouting. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
We might need to go back. Because I didn't hear that.
Okay.
I was just focused on, she's there doing her tea thing, but then she's also floating there.
Yeah.
I didn't.
There were kids' voices.
Kind of like how Scott Lang got pulled back from being subatomic by his daughter's voice calling him back in Ant-Man.
Good point. We just watched that. Interesting. Yeah.
I love the intricacies and the...
Yeah, it's so good. Oh,
it's
so
all,
good.
like, it seems like it's not connected, but it's all connected.
Yeah.
It all comes back to the children.
Always comes back to the children. All right.
It's
Good.
late.
Yep.